Hi guys. Long time no hear from. I know. I seem to be rather terrible about it these days. As you can see, I have gained a little bit more weight. So my husband's extremely happy. They're not here right now. It is so nice. Okay. We have a friend that my husband talks to, and all of our kids hang together at the park attached to my eldest middle school. That's one of the few parks that are open, and everybody goes to it. I mean, like, there's a track, there's a basketball court, so everybody in the neighborhood goes to it. They actually managed to maintain social distancing pretty well, except for the kiddos, which seems to be that's kiddos for you. But anyway, they were invited to a barbecue slash, open air bonfire thingy. And, well, you know how I am with outdoors. So the boyos and my husband went to go and hang out and play and have a good time. And Mama actually used DoorDash for the first time and ordered in some sushi and watched news programs because that seems to be what I do. um, as you can see, once again, we're in a hotel room. We're doing it for 3 whole days this time. Oh my goodness. Be able to sleep in a bed for 3 whole days is just mind-blowing. When this is over, there are 2 things that I want everybody to know I will never, ever, ever take for granted again. The ability to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go pee. Okay, there's just, that is just like a miracle at this point that you just do not think about. The ability to lay down in an actual bed. Yeah, an actual bed. Or even a couch, that would do it. I mean, not sitting upright sleeping. I mean, we can tilt the seat back. It's just not, it's not laying down, if you know what I mean. So several bits of news. You know that hospital bill my husband was dealing with. Well, we had given the situation over to financial aid and been like, hey, we're homeless. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a job. He did have a job, but he doesn't have a job anymore. So, homeless. Have cash flow, but using it for other things like eating and trying to save for weird things like housing. Yeah. Well, after the 3rd go-round with them, they sent us a letter. They had completely wiped it out. As in, if we receive any more letters, we are to ignore them. And it wasn't just the hospital bill. I mean, if you tally everything together, the doctor's visit, there was some other bill that was like $1,000, and I don't even know what the hell it was for. But like the doctor's visit, the doctor he never saw was $734. So the actual hospital bill was something like $3,000. And if we paid it all at once, it'd be like $2,000. And it's like, okay, no. So they sent us something saying $5,223 was just wiped. I mean, as in, we're not going to be paying it. So I sent out, as you know, just about a month ago, that letter of we are disputing this charge for the leftover charges from Outlook. Now, I did actually get a chance to see the charges, and it looks like even though they put an eviction notice on our door, that us leaving before the eviction notice took hold. I mean, either which way, they get you coming or going. If we didn't leave before the eviction notice, we'd be charged for that. But because we left before we could be evicted, we were considered breaking lease. So that's the reason why it's like a $7,000 charge. Also, they charged the security deposit twice. Yeah, they have like a separate account for like $500, plus they charged it in there. So it was like $2,700 for something, and that was for them not receiving the rest of the money they would have received from us, which $1,500 is about would be what we would owe them. So they charged us for the garage, and they charged us for having to, like, do change the carpet and paint the walls, which from what I understand, that's the security deposit you pay when you first move in. But I guess in the fine print, they have it, where you pay that on your way out. And I'm like, okay, so an extra $1,000, whatever. But this is something I think that you should do anyway. Maybe it's just me. I mean, maybe if it's just me that if I had a tenant, you have to paint the walls and rip up the carpet and clean the place before you put a new tenant in. But maybe that's just me, and it's not something they normally do. And that's not what you're paying for the whole entire time you live there. I don't know. Either which way, then they get us with another $2,732, the exact same amount, because we broke lease. Isn't that adorable? So the $7,000 is just like the various little fees, the garage fee, this, that, and the other they tacked on, and then we have another little $500 bill that's for the security deposit, which is hilarious. Well, as we know, I sent in a letter disputing that. I have waited 3 weeks. I have not heard anything back. So now I need to see exactly what it is I need to do to get it wiped. I mean, I'm disputing it, so I assume I either have to take him to court or something. I mean, and I'm taking a risk. I could lose. But the reason why I think I won't lose is because nobody bothered to contact me. No one. The apartment itself did not send out a final bill. Ever. I never received one. I never received one in my P.O. box. There was nothing from Outlook saying, you owe us $7,000. I know this because I probably would have come up on here and hit the roof. I would have hit the roof and still been hitting the roof right now. But I never received anything from them. And then they sent it to a collections agency. And the collections agency never bothered to send me anything either. From what I understand, it's not phone calls, it's not emails, the way this collection agency wants to do everything. They actually have to send me something via mail. Whether or not I get it is irrelevant, but they have to send me something via mail. And by the time they should have sent something, I actually had a postal box set up. I've had a postal box set up since February 9th. So since it got kicked to collections, like right at the ass end of January, or it got kicked to this collection agency right at the ass end of January, the collection agency should have notified me, because they have to take 30 days, try to notify me, then they get to kick it to put it on my credit report. They never bothered to contact me that I was even in collections. Then they never bothered to contact me over it going on my credit report. So I get to discover it through a third party. So I went ahead and I put this in the dispute. I also listed that I couldn't see the charges, but it turns out I'm a dumbass. I had pulled it up on my phone, and my phone can't see PDF. So I pulled it up on a computer. Oh, look, there's about 2 more pages down there that it didn't tell me about. So I was actually able to see the charges. So now you know me. I feel like horribly guilty because I put all these complaints out there going, they didn't even bother to send me the charges. I mean, I can't even see that. There's no charges here. There were, I just couldn't see them because they didn't make it mobile phone friendly. But I have to figure out what exactly to do there. So hubby got his bill wiped. Now we just have to get my bill wiped. I did discover the place that I wanted so badly that I was so sure that I can't get. I'm still kind of worried that we won't be able to get it. It's still open. It's still open. And the reason why I'm kind of, keeping my fingers crossed and hope high in my heart is because even though it will make life a little bit difficult, let me explain. My husband has a job with the VA. He'll be working in housekeeping. Now, I know the VA, like a lot of nursing homes and meatpacking plants and clinics and things like that, have several problems. The number one good thing is that the VA he'll be working at is not a COVID hospital. So that's one. His job starts at 6 a.m. My job starts at 7:15. Now, the way that this can work, at least for right now, is I get up at 4:45 to hop a bus. And I get on the bus like around 5:10, 5:12. he could then drive down, like it's literally like 10, 15 minutes away to go to his job. Now, what's great about this is the fact that they actually have a daycare center there, so he can apply for that. I already know the children are going to be coming off of their Apple Health insurance. If there's two of us working, they're automatically going to be taking off the state insurance. But we may be able to get them on his insurance for cheaper, and it is government insurance, so it should be 10 times better all the way around. That's what we're hoping for. So for right now, while we're living in our vehicle, we've got this worked out. He is thinking of asking for graveyard, but honestly, it's a 6 a.m. to 2:30. He works Monday through Friday, and if he goes graveyard, he risks working on the weekends, and you know, it can create this whole big headache. But we're not really sure. He's gonna ask. They may not even have anything. But he went and he got his physical done last week, and they said, honestly, if you're seeing us, it's a done deal. So that is fantastically good news. Oh, and also he makes like 6 more cents than me. And he's like, I'm not even worried about that. I'm like, you are the dude of the house. Of course you are worried whether or not you make more than I do. We're both from the South. Come on. Don't try to pull this shit over my head. I mean, I already know how Southern gentlemen behave and react and think when it comes to paychecks. So he makes like 6 cents more than me. Honestly, we will have money rolling in soon. Now it's just whether or not we can apply that towards a place to stay. I'm hoping if we put him in the forefront with a job, and they run him, even if I co-sign, they're not going to be so worried about me because his paycheck pretty much makes what needs to be made. And, you know, I'm kind of an afterthought. Hopefully I won't trip things up. I'm kind of worried, though, that I will trip things up. That this debt hanging over my head, this $7,000 of bullshit, is going to just, it's going to fuck us again. And eventually these places will just stop talking to us. A lot of the apartments around here are shady as fuck. They are just fucking horrible. The only place that I've seen that has dealt well with us is BCI Properties. It is this place that I went to that could have very easily taken our money and said, we just reject you without giving us any reason whatsoever, because they don't actually have to give a reason. They just can go, oh, well, we don't accept your application, but we'll keep the $50. No, I mean, 2 months ago, this lady told me, this is the reason why we have to reject you. You've got something on your credit report. You need to go check that out. And here's your $50 back, since I can't run the application because I saw already before I ran the application, there's an issue. That's why I kind of want to deal with these guys. In the end, whether or not we stay in this for a couple of years, we're still going to be saving. We are going to be saving to get into a house. This is where we're going to be. This is where we want to be. So we're going to be saving to get into a house here. Hubby wants me to go back to school, like, right now. I mean, as in, right now. And I'm like, dude, nothing's open. He's like, that's not how it works anymore. So, I will have to see if maybe my military transcript from 3 years ago can actually help me out with this. It might be able to, it might not, I don't know. But he wants me back in school, and I want to be back in school. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But if I ever do. But I do know I need to go to school to do it, and it sets a good example for the boys. Speaking of the boys, learning with them is hit and miss. We are able to get them to learn. We are able to get them on their work every now and again, but working on a paper packet, crammed in a car, with no ability to get out and stretch your legs, have a drink of water, get something to eat whenever you feel like it, just distract yourself, is a pain in the ass. So they spend most of their time playing, and we spend most of our time riding their asses going, have you gotten this done yet? Have you gotten this done yet? The baby has it a little bit harder because, of course, he can't fucking see. So we did get a voucher from the school, and some of the optometrists are open now. So we're going to get the information from the people who made his glasses and try to get it to a place here that will accept the school voucher so we can get him a new set of glasses, which then Mama will control. Those glasses will not be traveling with him. He is not going to wear them to the playground. He's not going to do any of the things he did to break the glasses as he did before. And this will help him with his schoolwork. His grades are abysmal. And one of the reasons why I think they're abysmal is because even though I loved his teacher and he loved his teacher in Utah was wrapped around his little finger. And she essentially gave in or did the work for him. And this is all by his machinations. Don't get me wrong, because he literally is 3 grades behind. And 3 years is where we were at in Utah. And he is 3 grades behind. Even though he is in this grade, he is not yet up to standards for that grade. And he has an IEP, but there's absolutely no excuse for him not to only be like a year and a half behind. There's no excuse for that. So he got a bit of a lecture last night. And it's been made possible for them to do some schoolwork via a computer. The school's given us a computer, but it reacts funny and it wants to argue over everything. Well, a friend of mine at work gave us a Kindle Fire, because she's awesome, and I don't even know what to say to that. The Kindle Fire doesn't want to work for us, though. So it is sitting in a place where it is safe and easily accessible, but it's just, it doesn't want to behave and cooperate. Kindle Fires have always been a bit touchy for us. But she also gave us a Google Chromebook, which the kids just love the holy hell out of. And she's like, it's just laying around, we're not doing anything with it. And I'm like, oh my God, how awesome are you? This is, by the way, the same lady who made some barbecue and like gave it to me, gave me some for lunch. And I'm like, oh my God, this tastes like barbecue from home. This is like awesome. I love you forever. Well, honestly, why I'm not following this chick around everywhere she goes and be like, can you please feed me? I have no idea. But that's our news. Our ability, well, my ability, to check in with you guys and leave comments is spotty as fuck. I already know this. I know this, and the Livejournal app for phones has just gotten funky. It's like some MySpace, Facebook weirdness mashup that asks for a theme and everything else whenever you're trying to post, so it makes posting damn near impossible. Half the damn time I can't even see what the hell it is I'm doing. So trying to answer comments is even more impossible. And I do it whenever I can, but as we can see, I just have not done that yet. I've gotten really terrible about checking my email and checking my Livejournal, and I have loads of people that I have to wish happy birthday to, and I am so fucking late with all of it. It's just not even funny. But I will be doing that while we're here. 3 whole days. Oh my God. So last night we just like hung out, chilled out. Kids were made to do some schoolwork, get their shit together with that, and get that ball rolling. And they actually did pretty good. They did pretty good, even though the baby got lectured in the end. And then we just, had some pizza and freaking fell out. So today, everybody is, like I said, out and playing and having a good time. And Mom is having a good time by herself. Okay, I have the option of taking a nap, of reading a frigging book. I have, like, loads of options at my disposal of what it is I want to do with my time. And that is so awesome. You have no idea. But, I mean, sleeping in a bed is the most awesome thing. I'll be catching up with everybody's comments. I'm still not able to catch up with posts. Honestly, I have such severe anxiety at how far behind I am with everybody. I know there's all kinds of things going on. I am completely missing it. And somewhere down the road, I'm going to say something dumb, and somebody will be like, I covered that a couple of months ago. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, because I will not have caught up with it. So I'm already anticipating the massive displays of ignorance that I'm going to be falling into here within the next couple of months. I just know that everything is happening. We're not best known for our patience, my husband and I. We just aren't. So it's happening, but it's like it's slow motion. And, Murphy occasionally likes to throw in things to trip us up. But I know we have to get out of that car. We have two cats who have done quite well up to this point, but it's going to get hot. I mean, not hot like it is in Kentucky, and certainly not as hot as it could be in Utah, but it's going to get warm. And we can find shady spots all day long, but it's still not. It's still not going to be best for the kitties, much less for the kiddos. So we need to find a more stabilized place for them to be. It's kind of funny. I mean, whenever we get a chance, like, watch TV or anything like that, we do it on our little itty bitty phone in the car, using our data, which, it seems Verizon doesn't give a shit, which is nice. It's a hell of a lot nicer than AT&T and how they treat us. But whenever we go to watch something and we see all these things on staying at home and playing safe, and I really think my husband's starting to resent it, because it's like, what it means for us is not the same as what it means for everybody else. We're out more in the public than we want to be, honestly. To be able to use the bathroom, to be able to get food, we have to be out and about amongst people who may wear a mask, may not, depending. I do have a mask for the kiddos. Hubby wears, a kind of handkerchief. I have a couple of masks. But it's not as easy to get to them and clean them as we like. And we're out amongst people who may or may not do it. And we've been wanting to do it forever, but we had to have access to them, which is also a problem. Most of the community that we are technically a part of, we're doing better than most of that community. We at least have a car. But most of the homeless community, they're aware of what's going on, but there's nothing they can do about it. Staying at home is not an option. Being in and out of the public is something that they have to do, no matter what. It's not really a huge option for them to avoid the public as much as I'm sure the public wants them to, and I'm sure as much as they want to avoid the public, because most of them are not the type of people who want to be amongst, normal people. Some of them have issues, not all of them, but the public has taught them that, your face being seen is not appreciated, so a lot of times they'll avoid as much as they can. But I realize that, staying at home and staying safe it's huge, and everybody should be doing it. I mean, if I had a choice, and if I was at home, of course, I'm a natural homebody anyway. I do my once a week grocery shopping. You know what I mean? Go out, get my groceries, come home, stay the fuck home, and just not be out as much, because I naturally would rather be home anyway. I mean, that's my thing. I would rather be home than out and about. I mean, being poor teaches you that going out and doing anything is expensive, or even if it isn't expensive, it just costs some modicum of money that could be used for something else. So COVID-19, staying at home would not be as much of an issue for us as it is for other people. I understand that it is mentally taxing. Cabin fever is a real thing, and being forced to stay at home has all kinds of repercussions on relationships, on your ability to think, on, social interactions mean so much. They really do. But I guess poor hubby just kind of resentful because we don't even really at this time have that kind of option. We hope to have it soon. So not only are we looking forward to the day when we can stay at home and only have to go out once a week amongst the public to get groceries while still being able to maintain our jobs, because our jobs have us in and out amongst people, but in a different way. Like me, I work in an area that's mostly by myself. I don't encounter a whole lot of people. The people I do encounter have a tendency to stay a little bit of a distance from me. So it's, I guess, a safer work environment. The most dangerous thing that I work with is the instruments that come in, and they're usually sterilized about the time that I'm fully on handling them. So there's that. My husband's taking a higher risk with the VA, but he's not going to encounter that many people because he's housekeeping. He's in, he's out. 9 times out of 10, nobody's there while he's doing it. So it should be a little bit safer for him. So we very much look forward to the day when we are forced to stay at home and can only go out amongst the public once a week, if at all. And we are very, very much looking forward to home cooked meals. You have no idea. I'm also very much looking forward to being able to read my friends' posts again and make comments and be able to see how you guys are doing. And yes, when I'm able to do this again, I'm going to be a pest. I'm going to be like, okay, what did I miss? Where did I miss it? Send me links. Oh my God, I want to find out what the actual fuck is going on. I know important shit has happened that I am not hearing about. And I know you guys don't want to deluge or bug me or whatever by sending me links, but I'm going to tell you right now, send me links. Send me links to things I've missed so at least I can read up on it. And, you know, if I can get the Livejournal app to cooperate and even maybe leave a hug or a heart or some type of comment to let you know that, yes, I've seen it, and yes, I'm caught up, and that is just awesome. I just, you know, I want to be able to see you guys again and catch up with you. That's a really big thing and really important to me. But that's pretty much the long, overblown, Jesus Christ, really roundabout way of saying that we got one bill cleared up. We're looking to clear up another bill. The place we wanted is still there. We may have a better chance of getting it with hubby having a job at the VA. We just have to wait for his letter. I guess it's a letter requesting that he take the job. I can't even remember what the damn things are called. I received one when I got my job. And we can use that to get an apartment. And with both of us working, we'll be able to actually, you know, make the money we need to stay afloat, to set some money aside for getting a house. We'll actually be able to move forward. We've had so much good luck here, and it seems that just when we think our luck's running out, we just get a new spade. So I'm thinking there's no such thing as your luck draining away here. Not like it is in other places. I'm thinking that we belong here, and Washington State is wanting to let us know that we belong here. So we're getting some of the best luck in the world. A lot of it is slow in coming. It really is. But that's just teaching us the fine art of patience, as far as I'm concerned. Is something that we are super bad at and need a lesson in. But that forces you guys to be patient too. Patient with us as well. And 6 months is a really super long time to have to be patient. But we're doing it. We've had people make comments on how well we're doing, and we're like, we're just getting by as best as we can. The kiddos are handling it best. The kitties are handling it really well, especially for kitties who are used to having more comfortable places to snooze, better meal times without it being, you know, so haphazard for them, and, you know, more access to room and places to snooze. And hubby and I are just used to being able to lay down, and we don't care about anything else, really. I mean, the ability to lay down and eat food that is not instant or fast or highly expensive is kind of the thing. I'm probably going to be shutting down my GoFundMe campaign. There are loads of good campaigns out there and loads of people that can be helped. We're doing actually quite well. So we don't really honestly need that kind of help anymore. And leaving it up is just, you know, it's one of those things that I forget about. And then somebody will drop a donation. I'll be like, oh, shit. You know, and I'll think about it then. Just don't have the ability to shut it down as easily through a phone. So I'll probably be shutting down the GoFundMe campaign. But yeah, it's just been one huge, almost 30-minute roundabout way of saying we're doing better. We've had some good things come through for us. We're looking for more good things to come through. We're just hanging in there as best as we can and hoping to be in a place before it gets super stupid hot around here. Because we are not looking forward to flash frying anybody inside the car. I'm also looking forward to really getting caught up with you guys and things. I don't want to say returning to normal, because I don't think we're ever going to be what you would, if we ever were, consider normal again. We're going to try to avoid old habits, old ways of thinking, and that's always hard. That's something we tried to do in Utah, and it didn't work out as well. We fell back into old habits. But we're going to try to keep that shaken up here. I'm going to try to stop having anxiety about bills, stop having anxiety about rent, stop having anxiety about will I be able to get groceries, because we'll be more than able to. Stop having anxiety about other things, because quite frankly, I have money sitting in a savings account. My two major bills that I had tagged over me that were like getting me for, principal interest and this, that, and the other are gone. Um, my credit card and my reserve line are paid off. The next biggest expense I have to pay off is my car. And it's like $500 a month, and I can actually afford it. Even with only me working right now, I can actually afford it. So there's just absolutely no excuse to fall into my old anxious habits. There's also no excuse for any of us to fall into our old routines. So we're going to try to keep it shaken up a little bit, and try to learn and explore and grow. There's quite a few things being stuck in a car the way we have, that we have learned about each other. It has not created more friction and more tension. If anything, it's drawn us closer together, which can be a bit more of a problem because we got away from helicopter parenting. We fell right back into helicopter parenting and, the paranoia that goes with it, just because of, our situation's not precarious, but we're not as safe and secure as somebody else would be. So yeah, helicopter parenting is back in. But hubby and I have had a lot of time to talk and to learn more about each other, and we've always talked. We've always been talkers, huge communicators. But being in a car, and all of us being so close together, we have a little bit more time to learn about each other and a little bit more ways to expand on that learning and to appreciate one another in a way I think is rare. We still love each other, but we've less wanted to kill each other. There's been fewer fights, I must say. So hubby would like to go to graveyard, but as he said, us working different shifts can create problems. So he might actually stick with day shift, especially if it creates no major issues. Ronan's of the age where he can watch his brother during the day, and that doesn't make a difference here. Nobody cares. He's like 14 years old. He should be able to watch his brother. Our biggest thing would be making sure they're doing their homework. But beyond that, like I said, huge roundabout way of giving up information and news and letting you guys know what's going on. I miss you all so much. I miss a lot of things, but quite frankly, one of the biggest things, I miss is you guys. I have my family. We have each other. Our car runs beautifully. Everything is, honestly, we are the happiest I think we've ever been, and we're homeless, for fuck's sake. That's kind of weird. We're the happiest we've ever been, and we're homeless. Trying to change that situation, I am hoping the happiness stays the same. I think the closeness always will be. I don't think we're ever going to be able to drift again. We have experienced what some of the worst can be. We did not hit complete and total rock bottom. I don't think this place will allow us. But we have experienced what the worst could be, so why be afraid of it? Honestly, we're here. So it's really not as bad as one would think. We're surviving, and I know you all sending out positive vibes and love more than helps with that. I'll get this posted soon, and while I'm posting, I will be answering everybody at the same time, and wishing the people who should get a shout out for a happy birthday, and just know that I am giving you all love and asking you to please stay safe. We're being as safe as we can be, and trying to show respect for other people by doing that safety, by maintaining social distancing and covering our faces, and trying to make sure that we go about our lives without interfering in others. So I'm hoping that you all are doing the same and thereby keeping yourselves safe as well. Know that I miss you all so much. It is ridiculous. That is like the highest thing on the list of things that I miss. You know, bed and 2 a.m. bathroom is pretty important, but I think you guys kind of even rank above that, because as you can see, I can get a bed like every other weekend, and I can get a bathroom every other weekend. But being able to get time with you guys is, even though that's every other weekend, it's not as often or as long as I'd like. So until I see you all again, which I will, take good care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. Please be safe and healthy and well, and know that I love you all very much.